Lama dan gomba jamba yang la janza lo kanga lo di denyi dena nyi danam dara surve chenyi tonga chenyi zi chenyi ji tukra lamand kanda tewe zongre mari mandam dongre chi zarve ozo kan la wa jir tar zen yang la tu jan yang dan suan ruktir che don yang man yang lang le je chano don zi jan mari mandar dongre nye ke chenyi chanza ra drum nam do ni da chen sab jin tar zen yang de le zo je tin tu ke che tab che dan chenyi jan te da lo man san jan hora yang la ande umara pa zanardo umara pa zanardo Umara Patanardo, Umara Patanardo, Umara Patanardo, Umara Patanardo, Tidan Chikin Chiru Guzur Chidalo Tomo Mambara Suran, Quatan Tanchi Junglu Toba Yelote Popino Chita Sura, Nyanchi Chimbo Soter Nimajan, Zonan Molan Chimbo Ngabjata, Pakatangan Sante Shirmador, Tomba Tuje Chanla Shanza Lo, Nejera Watirni Shankansa, Jamper Tuju Shanlo Yelam, Jime Panzo Chavla Sorvande, Gonje Topan Power Shenje Lo. Someone has, bodhisattva who, practice and they become as bodhisattva and then can go to in Pure Land, right? So then it's one day you come back as this planet for helping, right? So then you go to a Buddha Amitabha's place, and the Buddha Amitabha say, okay, you go back to human beings for helping other beings, and then you can come back, right? So that is the reason the Bodhisattva, the Buddha Amitabha, okay? So this is the Kanda Zangpo Molam, Zangpo Sherpa Molam is always for all the sentient beings because the connection is bodhisattvas, right? Before, do you remember this whole text come from this bodhisattva Kanda Zangpo, but it's also through 110 bodhisattvas, this text, blessing, power, energy, 100 bodhisattvas, from. And that is the reason now, the Amitabha, when we become as bodhisattva, we go to Amitabha's place as Pure Land, right? Okay? Okay, now...
Regarding our last session, she found it really excellent, the teachings about relative and absolute truth. we do not run away from the relative level, and therefore we believe in the relative level, but we follow the wisdom and of the absolute level. And this is no question to you, but a statement regarding the last teaching.
Okay, yes. So that is a very important part. This is, I think, before we, talk about a lot, we have been, right? So the relative truth, absolutely truth, this is both very important. This should be as unity, right? We cannot make separately. So because, there's no relative truth, then there's also no absolute truth. So this is, independent each other. So now, like today, we talk about this because this material things, right? That is relative truth. So last time I said we don't need to run away from the relative truth. Yes, we don't need. Why? The reason is because we reborn back as human being, we have to do something, right? So when we have to do something, the relative truth is there, right? The relative is there, or relative truth is there, then we can move, we can do something more positive action for us, for others too, right? So that is the reason we came back as human being. Otherwise, the absolute truth, only this, we don't need to come back. We are not here, right? So now what to do? I think this is the very important part. So now we are here, and as relative truth or as a human being, so we have the chance to do positive things, and the 4 ways. Which way? Physically and mentally, verbally, materially. Okay, this is we have the chance to do positive things. Okay, so now as a relative truth, 4 of this also relative truth also, right? But more as a relative truth, as human beings, we always work every day, morning wake up and go to work, and whole day, 8 hours, whatever you work, and they come back, eat something a little bit, and then go to sleep. The next morning, the same story, right? So that is our life as human beings' life. But through that, we can do positive action. When we work something, we can make positive actions as we helping others as much as we can, right? So therefore, then we can reach the absolute truth, right? So that is how it works. And that is because the karmic, the cause and effect. So when we make as positive actions, we get result is a positive result. So that is how we can reach the absolute truth, okay? The absolute truth means we can see our own wisdom, right? Our own wisdom is no one's belongs to ourselves forever, right? So that is we can get, okay? So that is the meaning. So the relative truth, absolute truth, both is always should be as unity, okay? So that is extra from last weekend, okay? Good.
Ursachen schaffen. Und deswegen gilt es eben, auf einer relativen Ebene positive Handlungen zu vollbringen und nicht nur auf die absolute Wahrheit zu schauen. Denn wir sind nun hier in Samsara wiedergeboren mit diesem wichtigen Aspekt der kostbaren menschlichen Wiedergeburt, und deswegen gilt es 4 Dinge zu vollbringen, nämlich, oder 4 Aspekte positiver Handlungen zu vollbringen, nämlich auf einer physischen Ebene, einer verbalen Ebene, einer mentalen Ebene und einer materiellen Ebene. Und dabei ist es eben wichtig zu beachten, dass wir dies korrekt durchführen in Bezug auf die relative Wahrheit, denn wir arbeiten jeden Tag circa 8 Stunden, das ist für jeden von uns die normale Alltagsroutine, und dabei gilt es aber zu beachten, dass wir in dieser Alltagsroutine positive Handlungen vollbringen und auch in Bezug auf die absolute Wahrheit diesen Aspekt der absoluten Wahrheit auch beachten, denn dies bezieht sich auf das tiefergehende Gesetz von Ursache und Wirkung, Karma auf Sanskrit, und wenn wir jetzt eben so vorgehen, dann können wir uns allen inwohnende Weisheit erkennen und dadurch die relative und absolute Wahrheit verwirklichen.